Moss-Stetler's Gilt that wins Class 1. That's a 312 raised by Moss-Stetler.
Very intriguing gilt. That one's got some wild pieces.
Yes. That's Denver Mitchell from Atoka. That's a main drag from Byers that wins Class 2. Kaisley Onan wins Class 3. That's a Clear the Deck, raised by Rhett Seitz.
Nice little Duroc gilt Rhett raised.
Yeah. Camry Bryant coming out, Class 4 winner. That's a Snipper raised by Heron. Miley Coleman out of Class 5. That's a Picture Perfect raised by Farnham. And our Class 6 winner, that is Briar Mann. That's a Standing on Business raised by D-Man. While they're studying here, I'll give you the rest of the placings in Class 6 there, or the top 5. As we said, Briar Mann, that's a Standing on Business raised by D-Man. Second was Carson Reed. That's a 305 raised by Savage. Third in that class was Rosalind Smith. Here we go, raised by Byers. Lane Batterson with a Statement Day raised by Shady Grove was fourth. And fifth, Zoe Loggins. It's a Tearjerker raised by Dylan Sheese.
Very deep set of red hogs here that we've had today, and even though the power's gone out a couple times, the quality just kept coming, and a really good set.
I don't know if that's a sign. The lights are going out and everything else because they just keep rolling up here, and it would be a little difficult to judge the reds in the dark, but it has been a very, very good set to work through.
Very good set. You know, there's definitely different types and kinds out there. I mean, but they all have structural integrity. But, I mean, you got super hairy ones. You've got good-looking ones. But those things have got some really neat pieces out there.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of them in particular that's got some extras, if you will, and some far out there pieces that kind of make them different. Now, where they land up, with all that, but definitely look like one that could, or a couple of them that could throw a bore later on down the road or something for sure.
For sure. Yep. Got the right two guys to sit out there and sort through them because, Blaine obviously has raised as good a red ones as anybody in the country, and Ben showed us about as good a red ones as anybody in the country. So
no doubt.
A couple guys that definitely are super qualified to sort through these things.
Definitely know all the growing and fun stages of reds and have seen through all of them, and to be able to step up here on the hill and just look at the differences between them and like I say, some of the wild pieces that are out there.
For sure.
He's a neighbor of ours, or we live in the same county. Our kids go to school together. We attend the same church. We go to a lot of the same functions. We've been at a lot of pig shows together. This is, I guess, it's our second opportunity to judge together. We did the Gilts at Louisville several years ago, but it's always fun, specifically in this breed, to talk and reflect on them. We don't have any red sows. Blaine has one of the better red sows in the country, sow herds in the country. But boy, my oldest daughter is just infatuated with showing these, and I'll be honest, her dad is too. And so I love red pigs, and I think you get out here and it's a very, very good show. And I mean that very sincerely. Before we select a champion in reserve and do our sale order, let's put our hands together along ringside, man. This is an awesome, awesome time for these young kids. You know, I think from the first class to the last class, I would tell you that there's lots of quality throughout here. And ultimately, Blaine and I, we talked about every Gills that came out, because I'll think they have quality. We ultimately get to a pair of them, and I think it's really close. They're really, as I told Blaine, they're cut from the same mold and from the same cloth. I have no idea how they're bred, and I'll be interested to see at the end of the day where they came from and how they're bred. I think they're very far-reaching Durocs. I also think they're very basic in what they offer, and that's the important part that us as pig judges and pig breeders, we can't forget to keep them in check in terms of function and foot quality and skeleton, and then it's fine to put extras on after that. But we're in complete agreement on the pair, which one we like better. She came from the first class of the day. She's our favorite.
Champion Duroc comes from Class 1. That's Maverick Mosteller from Fort Gibson. We'll bring Hadley Wyatt to the ring. Adelina Ingmeyer, you're on deck for Class 1.
Maverick Mosteller has champion Duroc.
Extremely high quality gilt that came out of a good class. There's another one out here, and again, I have a terrible poker face, and a good thing I don't try and do that for a living. There's another one out here that is as far-reaching as our champion in some areas, incredibly good in terms of her skeleton. Maybe not just as fresh in the center part of her body, but man, she's an outlier. I can't wait to see how they're bred and how they're received to the public. If red breeders want to make progress, I think there's a lot of good ones here. This one's on the top of our list. Our last class one will be reserved. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Briar Man Reserve. That is a standing on business raised by D-Man.
Second to our heavyweight, and as I talked about her in class, some very far-reaching pieces. She's immediately in the mix. There's another one out here. I loved her in class. I thought it was an incredibly good class, and she gets out here, and I would be disappointed if I was this family and this young lady, because they brought a really good red gilt to town. There was just two more, in our opinions, that had a few more pieces, especially in terms of bone. I think she's still very, very high quality. Young lady here in the sweater is going to be third.
Your third out Duroc gilt, that is Camry Bryant. That's a snipper raised by Heron.
Third Duroc gilt, exhibited by Cameron Bryant, Weatherford. Rick Bradford on deck for Class 4.
That brings in Evie Rue Cantrell. That's a rock raised by Adam Beck.
Incredibly good class that comes out there, and as I talked about her, looks like a breeding hog, and I don't think in breeding gilt shows we talk about that enough in terms of having a breeding hog look to them. I didn't think she functioned quite as well as that eventual third out. She's our next favorite. She'll be next.
Evie's Gilt that just come in will be our fourth out. Again, that's a rock raised by Adam Beck.
This will be the last time I talk in the Duroc ring. And again, those along ringside, those watching at Walton at home, or those red breeders that want to make progress, I strongly encourage you to continue to watch and learn and study these, because, man, there's a very good set of them here. Our next favorite's our second place in the last class. Congratulations to him.
Fifth in the lineup, that is Carson Reed. That is a 305 raised by Savage.
Our fifth Duroc Gilt comes from Class 6. That's Carson Reed. Shown by Denver Mitchell from Atoka. That'll bring Brooklyn Edmondson from Ringwood to the ring. McKenna Smith, you're on deck for Class 2. Our eighth Duroc Gilt is shown by Rosalind Smith from Westville. That'll bring Lane Batterton to the ring. Zoe Loggins, you're on deck for Class 6. Our ninth selection comes from Class 2. That's Brooklyn Edmondson from Ringwood. McKenna Smith, we need you in the ring. Paisley Collins, you're on deck for Class 2. Our 10th selection comes from Class 3. That's Kaisley Jordan Onan from Payne County. We'll introduce Cassidy Strieber to the ring. Ridge Garrett, you're on deck for Class 3. Our 11th selection comes from Class 4. That's River Ratchford from Sulphur. We need Ella Mabane from Chattanooga in the ring. Cash and Young Johnson, you're on deck for Class 4. Our 12th Duroc comes from Class 1. That's Hadley Wyatt from Chattanooga. We need Adelina Ingmeyer from Tonkawa in the ring. Jackson Rapper from Muskogee, you're on deck for Class 1. Our 13th Duroc comes from Class 3. That's Cassidy Strieber from North Rock Creek. We'll introduce Ridge Garrett to the ring. Lily Lunsford, you're on deck for Class 3. Our 14th Duroc Gilt is McKenna Smith from Blackwell. We need Paisley Collins from Van Oss in the ring. Hadley Mayfield, you're on deck for Class 2. Our 15th selection was Paisley Collins from Van Oss. That was Class 2. Our 16th and final Duroc in the preliminary sale lineup is exhibited by Ridge Garrett from Guthrie. Congratulations to our Duroc exhibitors and our sale lineup makers. We're ready for those Class 1 Hamps to the sift area. Class 1 Hamps to the sift.